Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 664. We're going to talk about inner game is everything. Now, look, I know that this is a concept that's very foreign to a lot of you guys, but you guys know me. I'm doing what I know to be the right thing. And that's why we got things cooking up live here for you at the Inner Game Healing Summit. Okay. It's going down right now. You got about 5 hours left to sign up. What this is, okay, guys, if you are in this corner of the internet and you're looking for answers, okay, the answer is inside you. Okay. Your ability to naturally attract women should be a natural thing. Your ability to go out and make a bunch of money should be a natural thing. Your ability to go out and lift weights and not become fat and obese and all these things, okay? This should be a natural thing. Having good, loving relationships with yourself, having boundaries, okay? This should be a natural thing. And if you're in this corner of the internet and you're finding yourself lacking in one of the core four, money, muscles, game, frame, it is all a symptom of something that's going on inside of you. Okay. These are indicators of something not being fully right with your psychology, with your self-worth, with your values, all this. Okay. So I said all that to tell you that is what we target to fix and repair in the Inner Game Healing Summit. So go to innergamehealing.com right now. Check out this page. Just read it. Like I said, just do me a favor. Give it a good read. Come on down. Read it all. And I know it's not sexy. I know all you guys want is just pussy, 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 pussy. That's all you motherfuckers want. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Okay, but I'm telling you, this is going to get you what you want. It may not seem like it is, but all the girls that you want, all the money that you want, it all starts with your mindset. Everything in this life is mindset. If you don't believe me, I'm a guy who's literally made millions of dollars and slept with hundreds of women. I'm telling you that this is the most crucial component. I feel like I'm screaming into a black vortex because it's just so hard to fucking push this through to people's minds. Let me show you exactly what you get when you sign up. Okay, this is the Inner Game Healing Summit titled the Endure Edition. Okay, when you have to endure, you have to push through. When shit gets hard in life, you got to nut up and make it happen. All right, you have to push, you have to endure, you have to suffer through hard times. Okay, so what you get 15 virtual workshops on Zoom that focus on inner game topics over 2023. I'm going to show you the first schedule of 5. One moment here. You get access to inner game experts. Okay, you get access to military experts, psychologists, experts in hypnotherapy, trauma release, meditation, and so much more. Those are all people that are in the community. Okay, these are leaders in the community, not people that joined. You get a video guide on how to practice good mental health habits as well, and a Telegram chat with over 250 members supporting you with inner game needs. Okay, all of this is only $397, and it's going away in a couple hours. So you have to go to innergamehealing.com to get on it. Let me show you the schedule one more time. This is 5 of the webinars you get to go to, these virtual workshops, and there'll be 10 more included later in this year. Okay, so that being said, this is the schedule right here. Justin Marks talk about letting go to move forward. That's day 1. Day 2, MLD, that's me. That's an open panel Q&A on inner game. All your inner game questions are going to be answered. And I'm going to be showing you today on the whiteboard examples. I'm going to be breaking down everything on how inner game is directly connected to money, muscles, game, and frame on today's episode. And I don't give a fuck if you come. I don't give a fuck if you go. Okay, because if you're going to just click off, you're going to go watch some fucking other red pill rage shit, then your destiny is failure anyways. And I don't really give a fuck because I'm here to talk to people who are serious about getting their shit together and living an above average life, getting to the top. Okay, sitting around crying like a little fucking bitch ass. This place isn't for you. And if you want the shortcut, then go fucking get scammed by somebody else. All right, because there are no fucking shortcuts in life. This is the hard work that people don't want to fucking do. And that's why so few people are successful and there's so many fucking losers out there. That's your red fucking pill for you right there. All right. Come day 2, we'll do an open panel and we'll talk exactly what's going on with you. Okay. Day 3, inner masculine is going to talk about how to get unstuck in life. For you guys to get stuck and we're just caught up in a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Day 4, apex mindset. He's literally special ops. Okay. He's going to talk about military secrets and controlling your emotions. And day 5, we have Wraith. He's our expert in frame statements and all those things. He's going to be talking about solution-based struggling. When you struggle, how to struggle to get a solution. Okay. How to make sure your struggling is not in vain. Period. Okay. So that is what you're getting. Okay. That's at the Inner Game Healing Summit. And it's closing. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. Signups this time around have been very, very bad. And it just seems to me that people just don't want to do this. So I'm probably going to scrap the whole Inner Game project soon. Because honestly, I don't think that the average man really is ready for this. I just think that the average man really, I don't know, the more I do this stuff, the more I kind of realize, like, I just think the average man is just destined for mediocrity and there is no saving him. Because all the shit that I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm a guy that came from fucking poverty, terrible upbringing, awful. Like, and I beat every fucking obstacle in my way to become one of the best digital marketers in the world for what I do, especially as a one-man show. Built this brand from scratch, and people still think what I say is that they'll pick and choose little pieces of information that I give them, which is adorable to me. But it's okay. You know what? The world needs ditch diggers too. If you don't want to do what I got to say, then go ahead. You go find someone else. I'm sure that somebody else is just going to sort you right on out. Okay. So for those of you that are still here, though, for those of you that are smart enough to do my favorite 2 things when I'm talking to somebody or with someone who's smarter than me, is shutting the fuck up and listening, right? We're going to bring some extreme heat to you. All right. Today, we're going to talk about, you looked at the thumbnail, okay, money, muscles, game, frame. And we're going to show you how inner game is a direct correlation to all of this stuff here. Okay. So let's pull up the okay. So this is what we're going to talk about here. All right. Actually, let me just look at my note real quick here. Sorry, it's got some. Give me 1 second. All right. There it is. All right. So let's start off with our favorite conversation, right? What we all love. Everybody loves some fucking money, right? Let's talk about money. We'll use green for this. All right. So here he talks. Fuck. Okay. Let's talk about money. Okay. Give me a second. I'm not used to writing on this new desk with this here. Okay. There we go. That's a good one. Okay. Let's talk about money. All right. So when you're going to get some money, right? Money is basically going to be given to you for one of two reasons. Okay. But money is directly related to how much value you how much value you have in a certain situation. Okay. So when you are a guy and you're in the economy, right? And you're just thinking to myself, why am I making such little bit of money? Because I really want to be making a lot of money. Okay. Who likes money? Who wants to make a lot of money? If you want to make a lot of money, type out how much money you would like to make in the chat. Okay. The key word here is value. Okay. Value is a key word here. All right. So when you want to make this kind of money, okay, I see some good numbers there. 3 million, 200,000 a year, 25 million. 25 million is a good number. Okay. My mentor is a fucking boss. You know how much my mentor got paid out in 2022, early 2022? He got paid out $150 million. Do you know what the fuck kind of money that is, bro? $150 million. Good answer there from Brian, news member. 1 million in a tier. In a tier? 1 million a tier? I mean, in the next 3 years, 10 million 5 years from now. Oh, 1 million a year. Okay, I got you. Good. Right. So here's the thing, right? How do you get value? Okay. Let's talk about that. If you're a guy, right? The key word here is value. How do you get it? Well, you get value from trading. You have to trade time for a skill. Okay? There's no other way you're going to get this shit at all. Okay? You have to trade time to get skill. Anybody who has money, anybody who has anything worth their fucking while, they took time and they studied, they practiced, they had a mentor, and they got a skill. Right? So that's a big thing there. Without this, you're not going to be able to get any value, period. Okay. Secondly, from this skill, okay, you're going to add it to your skill bank. Okay. Now, the more skills you have, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, equals what? The more money you can get, right? That's important there. Without these skills, you're not going to get any money. Okay. Now, this is the simple formula right here to get rich. Okay. We all in this planet, let's just give some gloom and doom stats. Okay. Let's say you have about 75 years to live. Okay. Years 1 to 15, let's just say you're living. Okay. But ideally, skill acquisition time should be between 15 to, I would say, 50. Okay. So you have about 35 years of time, right? So you have to understand, out of those 35 years, this is max of which you can trade time-wise to acquire skills, right? And like just say 50 to 75, you just live and then die, right? So this is basically what you have. And then this doesn't include sleep, when you're sick, you're having fun, commuting, all of that. So if you were to take, let's just say sleep, you're sleeping a third of the day, really, you're not really having a full 35 years. You actually probably have, if I would say roughly, I would say about best case scenario, you have about 22 years of time to trade for skills. Okay. Okay. So this is the formula here for money. Okay. If you want to get rich, you have to get value. And the only way you can do that is trade your time. You have about 22 years of time, and you got to make sure you trade it for the right skills. And then you put them into the skill bank here, and then you get money. All right. So here's how inner game fits into this whole thing. All right. If you have bad inner game, okay, what you're going to do is something crucial that is devastating, actually. Okay. When you have bad inner game, what happens is, let's see if this looks good. The yellow coming in okay for you guys? You will undervalue all you do. Okay. You will think that your skills are less than the reality of their value. Okay. That you'll think that what you're doing skill wise is not as good as they actually are. Let's say you're worth $100 an hour, but you have broken self-esteem, you have low inner game, right? You're going to think that you are worth, $50 an hour, when reality is you're worth 100. Okay. You're going to underappreciate yourself. And guess what? And another thing here is this, right? When you don't appreciate your true value, no one will. Okay? No one will. Can you guys not see the yellow? Is it hard to see? I see it pretty easy on the screen here. Okay. And guess what? When this happens, right? When this happens, guess what? You get underpaid. Okay. So that's a problem here when you look at the money equation, right? Because again, it all starts with acquiring value. We've all seen that guy at job who does all the work, and his boss is a bully, and his boss has stronger inner game, stronger self-esteem than the nerdy little guy. And then what ended up happening? The boss pimps this guy out. You see this happen all the time with men, women, right? You see somebody get bullied. They're the brains of the operation, but you see the one that has a stronger self-esteem, stronger character. They may be evil, but they have a stronger self-esteem, right? Guess what? They bully that person and they take all the credit. So if you don't have your rock solid inner game, then you're going to be having an uphill battle when it comes to money. Okay. Another thing is this. We'll scratch that. Okay. So let's talk about knowing your worth. Okay. So you want to get money, right? Okay. Now, there's a concept in psychology, right? And this is known as, let's go to black on this one. This is known as self sabotage. Okay. Self sabotage happens when your subconscious mind, which is your strongest mind, okay, doesn't feel you are good enough. Okay. That's the struggle of our generation right now. Is so many people do not feel like they are good enough. Okay. And I know the majority of you right now listening in are men. So we're going to talk about you guys for a second here. Okay. So, you men, a lot of you really don't think that you are good enough for the girl that you want. A lot of you do not think you're good enough. You think that the girl that you want requires more than what you are. Does that make sense to anybody? Put a 1 in the chat if you're guilty for that. That happened to me a couple weeks ago, quite frankly. I met a girl that was so fucking gorgeous. I couldn't even believe that she was into me. Now, I'm coming out of a little bit of a tricky breakup. So, you know, it's typical when you are coming out of a breakup that your self esteem isn't necessarily where you want it to be because that's just what happens. Okay. Nobody feels good after a breakup, even if it was a toxic situation, whatever the case may be, nobody feels good about it. All right. So, when you don't feel like you're good enough, what's going to happen is that your mind, you are going to sabotage yourself. Okay. You are going to do things that are going to bring you back down to the level that you feel you deserve. Okay. Does that make sense to you when I say bring you down to the level you deserve? Okay. And again, the rest of the red pill space and all these guys, they're 5 to 7 years behind me on this. This is where the real healing is going to happen. This is where the real answers are. Because the problem about society, it's not that women are all hoes and men are all simps. It's that everybody's coming from broken families. It's a society and it's a generation of broken people raising broken people. And when you have these damaged particles of your mind, damaged subconscious mind, so prevalent in everybody, everything's fucked up. Okay. You're not going to normalize divorce. Okay. It's not normal for people to be so at conflict with each other as they are right now. You want people raised in a happy, healthy family, but there's been so much brokenness and chaos everywhere that it has been normalized to an extent. People think, oh, yeah, divorce is normal. You see it on TVs, you see it on movies, you see it in fucking video games. A very common thing that happens in the States is you constantly see people fighting on relationships everywhere. And it's just so toxic. I just do not like that whatsoever. Okay. So when the subconscious mind doesn't feel you're good enough, it's going to bring you down to the level where you think you belong. Okay. So I'll give you an example here with money, right? A lot of guys, right? They will save up a bunch of money. Okay. They will do everything that they can to get a good job, whatever the case may be. But then they'll in their heart of hearts, they'll work hard, work hard, work hard. They'll push up, 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 right? They'll push. They'll give a lot of effort, right? But if their subconscious mind doesn't agree with this, your subconscious mind is always going to win. It's always going to pull you back down to your baseline. Okay. How many guys out there you see somebody, a guy, friend of yours, girl, whatever, they get a good job, they're doing everything well, and then they start to get comfortable, and then they start to show up late, and then they don't start to hit their performance markers, then they get a warning, and then they get fired, and then they get back down to like regular position, or they have to go look for a new job. How many people you see that doing in life? You know, these people you see going up and down their entire life as they age. I got a bunch of money, blow it all. Got a bunch of money, blow it all. Got a good job, blow it all. Right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. That right there is because their subconscious mind doesn't believe that they are good enough. Okay? That's a huge thing. Some right? I'll give you another example. It's kind of tied into what I was going to talk about later, but it is. I'm just going to use it. We're just going to kind of freestyle it a little bit today. How many of you guys have dated a girl and you're like, damn, this girl is so fucking fine. She is so good looking that you start to get just a little bit more jealous than normal. just a little slightly more needy, just a little bit insecure. You're like, who the fuck is this guy commenting on her Instagram photo? Why does she have this guy commenting on her? Who is this guy? Why is he writing these kind of borderline inappropriate things to a woman in a relationship? Right? That right there is evidence of your subconscious mind feeling like you're good enough. Because if you were the king, right? Let's just say you were somebody, let's say you were Brad Pitt in his prime. 1999 Brad Pitt, Fight Club, Troy, the movie Troy, Giga Chad of all Giga Chads. And you saw some fucking dude commenting on your girl's shit. Would you be like, oh baby, who's this guy? What's he doing that for? Right? Now I understand there's boundaries and stuff in relationships. Don't get me wrong. But if you ultimately were so secure in yourself, you had such rock solid confidence and inner game, right? You would know two things. One, if that woman was dumb enough to fucking fuck around on you, every guy after you is going to be a downgrade. Okay. And then two, you would know and look at that guy and be like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. I'm the man. Okay. Let me show you. Let's see if I can pull up a clip real quick from a movie called Mean Girls. Okay. Mean Girls is a great movie. And there's this girl, and her name is Regina George, right? And so Regina George is like the alpha female. She's the most popular girl. She's a blonde white girl, right? And what they try to do is they try to embarrass her. They try to humiliate her. Okay. So this is one of the girls. This is like a goth chick, right? So this is Regina George's purple bra, and then this is her tank top. So watch what happens here. I'm not gonna play the music because we'll get fucking demonetized. But check this out. So she takes the shirt, she cuts a hole right there in the nipples, and she leaves it there. So there's the girl, Regina George, and she puts the tank top on. She looks down and sees, oh God, my breast here or my bra is popping through this tank top of mine, and watch her reaction. I'll play it back here. Just watch her reaction. She says, huh, shrugs her shoulders. Who cares? I'm the fucking hottest girl in school. She walks out. Owns it. All the girls are staring at her, and now take a look. Now every girl in the entire school, except for the girls trying to bully her, copy her and cut the fucking hole in her shirt to be like her. Okay. Rock solid in her game. I know it's a movie, but that is a perfect example of somebody who has great self-esteem and is not bothered by anybody's opinion. Because she knows in her heart of hearts, I am better than these people who are trying to sabotage me. Okay. Compared to other people who would get upset about that. Right? They would feel, oh my God, what's the key word? It's the key word we're going to go through over and over again today. They're going to feel like they are not good enough. Okay. I used to know a guy. I used to live with a guy. His name was Brant, right? A real loser. And he was a spoiled brat. Mommy and daddy were always bailing him out of everything. And he was about 25 when he was living with me in a house I was managing, right? High school friend of mine. It seemed cool at first, but he had alcoholism problem, and really boiled down to was an inner game problem. He couldn't keep a job. He couldn't do shit. He was just consistently always having some kind of problem with the law. And then, okay. Sorry, I was reading something in the chat. Sir, here, bro, Sir Killer Hayes, just calm down, bro. Just chill, just calm down. Just listen, G. Listen. This is gonna be good for you too, bro. All right. So this guy, he had a DUI, and he had done the whole breathalyzer thing and yada yada yada. Right. He was supposed to be off of the DUI the next day, so we went to the Orlando Magic game together. We were drinking, partying. I worked at the nightclub upstairs, so we were drinking and partying up there too, right? And what ended up happening was I called one of my girls. I had one of my girls at the time, and she picked me up, but Brant had disappeared, right? And Brant decided to get in his big ass fucking Durango SUV and speed down the fucking East Colonial Drive, drunk as a motherfucker, at 3:00 in the morning. Right? Well, guess what happened? He got another DUI the day before, even though he knew in his mind, all I need to do is hold out for one day. But something was driving him to drink to that extent, first of all. And second of all, he didn't feel good enough, right? He didn't feel good enough to be free. He didn't feel good enough to be taking care of himself, loving himself, right? A lot of you guys might think that shit sounds gay as fuck, whatever. When I say you got to love yourself as a person, as a human, as an individual, and you do. Like a common thing that happens here, you know, a common thing with what's happening is that a lot of you guys will get rejected by a girl, right? A lot of you guys will be taking a girl who is objectively speaking like not necessarily a good person and or a hoe, and
shut up and take my money.
You will you'll take this woman's value judgment on you as like pure gold. You'll just think, okay, this person, this girl who could have rejected you for a myriad of things, you don't love yourself enough. So you think, oh, she rejected me, therefore her judgment of me is more important than my judgment of me. Think about that for a second. Think about that. Or some random person on the internet will say something about you, or somebody in your like I used to know somebody, right? And she was working in an office, very smart girl, very beautiful, very intelligent, and she had been working at the company now for a year. And this other girl in the office is kind of a bitch to her, right? And she said, the one girl, she's like, oh, I didn't know that, there's a XYZ happened, and I didn't know there was a protocol to handle that. And the other girl was like, well, you've been here for a year. You should know that by now. And the first girl who made the mistake got livid, got crazy angry, like ragingly insecure angry. And I just stopped. And I told her, I said, wait a minute, calm down. Like this situation here shouldn't affect you as much as it is, but it is. Why is that? Right? Because she didn't have enough self-love. She valued that girl's opinion on her more than she valued her opinion of herself. And she went crazy. It was like a multi-day tirade. Okay. So you have to understand that your self-love and your self-judgment is really important. Okay. Now there's a situation when it comes to like having objective criticism, um, and taking feedback constructively, but that was just a overreaction on her part. Okay. Nobody, bro. Nobody's censoring you, bro. No, I don't think there's a mob present. I'm the only one here, bro. You need to chill out. You're fucking freaking out, dude. Okay, let me read some super chat real quick. Thank you so much, JM 499. Dude, Destiny talked shit about you on Tom Billy's podcast. Why is that weird cucky boy so obsessed with you? I think he's got a major crush on you, bro. LMAO. I mean, he I don't know. I don't pay attention to this fucking guy. Like, I I'm focused on other things, right? Uh there I think I don't know. He was given the opportunity to meet me at No Jumper, but he chickened out. And quite frankly, it's pretty fucking weird. Pretty fucking weird. I don't understand his obsession with me. He's definitely a snake of an individual. There's no doubt about that, because I was looked at him face to face, and he could have aired all his grievances with me man to man. But we all know he ain't no fucking man, bro. He ain't no man. You kidding me? He went on the internet and started running his mouth behind my back, and he knows if I see him in face to face, you know, he's gonna be afraid when he sees me face to face. He's not a strong and imposing man, and he is extremely obsessed with me, and I really don't get it. Do you have the timestamp where he said this, Tom Billy? Because that's another person with broken inner game. Him, Destiny doesn't have rock solid inner game. Are you kidding me? What guy in his right mind would be like, let me think. Okay, I'm a guy who's got hella clout, made millions of dollars, been streaming for 10 years, and yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wife up a girl who cheated on her boyfriend with me. Red flag number one. And then on top of that, I'm gonna let her go get fucked by other dudes. What man with rock solid self-esteem is gonna allow that to happen? That goes against everything, like, common sense wise. I'd sell my soul to see beat the shit out. It'd be like me beating up a retard. It's like like you beat up a retard. You're like, oh, okay, you just beat up a retard. Destiny can't fight. Like, that guy is funny, bro. He's look. He can only win in this like pussy ass little internet meme life game. He man to man, that guy wouldn't stand a chance to me, bro. Man to man, are you kidding me, bro? I would need 3 minutes max to maim that guy. 3 minutes maximum. I would bet my life. You lock me in a cage with Destiny, be like, you have 3 minutes to maim this guy. Maim means break a bone, neck, choke him out, whatever. Snap his arm, snap his ankle, snap his knee. Take your pick. I could do it all. Okay. He has no combat training. He has none of this shit, bro. That's why he's not a man. He's acting like a little snake. Because real men don't act like he does. Because if he had the balls, he would say it face to face, but he doesn't. So he could sit there and play his little games. But at the end of the day, You're not a man. You're not a man.
Shut up and take my money.
That's why your girl goes and gets fucked by dudes like me. Okay? But I digress. Vampra 6140. Oh, and shout out to Francis. Francis. Just signed up for inner game healing. Congratulations. Welcome on in. I'll put the link in the chat right there. Click on in, sign on up, get on in. Okay. Jorge, $5 paying my simp game tax. Nah, you ain't a simp, bro. Hey, listen, appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's go back to, I saw nothing here. Vampra 614. How does that work though? If you're just like, oh, I'm amazing, but the women you don't want don't seem interested, what then? Just accept that who you are is a person that most women don't want. Well, because okay, so here's the thing, right? In life, in game, okay, when you talk about game, you know what game is? Game is the art of going out there, shooting your shot as a man, getting rejected, and not taking it personally. Because the majority of all players, majority of all regular guys, womanizers and whatnot, the majority of the women that they holler at are gonna reject you. That's just life, bro. Okay, bro. People reject, like, fucking Andrew. Women have rejected Andrew Tate. Women have rejected Jay Waller. Women have rejected, I don't know who, all these other fucking chads everybody fucking simps over. Sorry, I shouldn't say simp over, but like there's a certain degree of like male simping that happens for some of these guys. It's a little much. But that's, with all due respect, bro, you don't understand the game, right? You got to get in where you fit in. And if the women that you like don't like you, then you just have to look at yourself, right? And then think, okay, objectively, what can I do to raise my quality as a man to attract the women that I want? And it's one of these four here, if not all four: money, muscles, game, frame. So Vampra, do me a favor. I'm not going to try to like make you feel bad or whatever, but why don't you just tell me your stats: height, weight, age, race, location, and weight. Or did I say that? And how much money you make a year. Just put that out there, because these are all important. Okay. Because there are certain indicators. There's certain indicators of attraction that are out there that you have to hit in order to open the floodgates of the women you want access to. Okay. Who's this? It's a Puerto Rican Ashley. Is this real? This must be a fake account. Are you fit? Send me a DM on Instagram to show me you're real, first of all. Hot Dude Life is my Instagram. Then I'll answer your question. I think I'm pretty fit. I'm not like fucking shredded, but I'm pretty fit. I'm definitely not an out of shape guy. That's for sure. If you've been watching me on Instagram, I've been doing my morning meditation walks. I've been getting in anywhere between 8 to 12,000 steps a day. I think I got 16,000 in the other day. A personal trainer that I train with. I watch my diet, eat a lot of protein. I think I look pretty good for 37 years old. I'm a very handsome man. It's funny. I got a great compliment from someone the other day. She was telling me, she's like, you know what? You're so much more better looking in real life. I was like, God damn it. Yeah, I fucking love you. Okay. Vampire, I'm 5'7", 160 pounds, 60K, working towards 100K at my sales job in Minnesota. Okay, it's not bad. Okay. So I'm 34, in better shape. Well, hey, bro, congratulations, man. Let me hit you with the Final Fantasy 7. Congratulations, bro. Keep it going. And then what's your body count here, guy? And then you'd also, Vampire, you didn't put your age, brother. Okay. Let me see. Send me the timestamp. I'll play it on the screen. He asked about the manosphere and literally only brought up you and Rolo because we probably trigger him the most. He keeps repeating the rented Lambo like it's not normal. He's scared of real men, but wants to be one so bad. He's a confused little boy. Right. So, well, for me, I don't really understand. Like it, I don't
Shut
understand.
up and take my money.
I don't understand what I do. Why is it so important to him? I live in Tokyo, right? And so I typically get driven everywhere in Tokyo. I don't use the subway. I use the taxi system here because it's more efficient. My mentor taught me about that too. He's just like, don't drive anywhere. Have people drive you. Just saves you time, saves you money, and it's just good for your psychology too as a high performing businessman. And that's the guy who made $150 million in his most recent exit. So you think I'm gonna fucking talk back to that guy? No, I just do it. So I like to drive. As you know, I was a taxi driver before. I used to drive for Uber as well. I was driving Uber in 2016, man. God, that was a tough year. That was a shit year. And so when I go to the States, I like to rent supercars and drive them. And every time I go to the States, it's a business trip, right? Because I do my YouTube tours. And so I've rented a Porsche, Porsche 911, which is fucking awesome to drive. I've rented a Ferrari 458. I took pictures on it on my Instagram. Here, I'll show it to you guys as well, right? And I take photo shoots with them as well. This is part of the game. And recently I rented a Lamborghini. So here, I'll show you. You go to my Instagram, you can see right here. It's Hot Dude Life. And I think it's kind of common sense that these shits don't belong to me. I mean, in addition to Destiny's stupidity, he thinks that I don't live in Japan, which is hilarious, right? So this is the Ferrari I rented last time. That was in October. I posted this in October, but this was like in August. Okay. So there's that one that I rented there. And then I don't think I took a picture this time in front of the Lambo, but I did. Like, let me see. God, actually, I don't know if I should pull up these highlights because the close friend shit might might get me doxxed. Let's just see. Let's see. Yeah. See, then here's a Porsche. I was renting a Porsche there, right, with the boys. But yeah, I also like to rent guns and shoot guns. Does that make me a fake masculinity, coach? That's the AK-47 Draco. This guy at the range let me shoot it. He was a really cool guy. There's my Burberry shirt that's also rented, right? He thinks I rent my suits as well. But the fact that I'm taking up so much of that guy's mental real estate, right? Like, that's pretty weird, honestly. Right? Wait, no, look at the Miami one. Do I have there's me driving the let's see. I'll show you. It was right around this time. Yeah, see, that's the Ferrari I was driving that I rented there. So I always rent supercars when I go to the States. There's me with the G, King Keto, the man. Right? I mean, he can't put two and two together. Like, he doesn't know my watch is fucking $120,000 either. I don't know. I think he's just jealous, really. Because look at the swagger, bro. Come on now. Look at that. Can't even tell. Click clack, motherfucker. You better watch out. You better not try to run up on me on the States. I'm always strapped. Okay. It's my daily carry. The Ferrari. Right. This was funny as shit. I was with my mom. But you see, I'm content and I'm happy, and I think that makes people upset too. Shout out to we got another sign up right there. Shout out to Thomas. Thomas, big ups to you, brother. Thomas just signed up for Inner Game Healing as well. Welcome on in. Don't forget, guys. Yeah, just come on down. Oh yeah, dude. Bro. Like Anthony knew me back in the day. I remember the Mears Day guy. Yeah, when I used to drive for Mears Taxi in Orlando, Florida, bro. You know. But yeah, I just think that it's so. It's pretty weird. Yeah, it's pretty weird that and I think he's trying to like make his claim to like destroy the red pill. It's like, bro, fix your life, bro. Fix your life before you try to destroy anything. But like, I don't even care about that guy. That guy keeps talking about me. He had his chance to have a one-on-one with me and no jumper. He pussied out. So there's that. And he said even that I've never had more than $15,000 saved up in my life, which is adorable. Do you speak Nihongo? はい。日本語わかりますよ。でもまあまあね、あんまり上手じゃない。大体、大体上手けど、まあ、まだまだ、まだね。Starts at 57 minute on the podcast. Well, I really don't want to. Okay. Well, let's do a quick analysis on that. It talks about me. I'll take a quick gander.
Shut up and take my money.
Bill, you. Starts at 57. The rise and fall of the red pill manosphere and wild. This guy giving masculinity advice is adorable, bro. Like a drug using bisexual cuckold. Okay. Lay it all out for me, bro. How many guys have you turned into millionaire, Destiny? Let's see.
Even of our physical health is like socializing with other people. Right. That's like a natural thing that exists, and it's never going to go away. Like if you live as a hermit, well, maybe in the most extreme examples, for most people that won't happen.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, there's one of the difficulties I think when it comes to red pill stuff or people selling a certain idea is it's really hard to sell an idea of internal like fulfillment or happiness. I'll say fulfillment. It's hard to tell people how important that is when it's so hard to show versus the other guys that have a lot of things to show. Yep. Like if you put me in a room with like any red pill guy, I would bet my whole life that I know I'm more confident than every single one of these people. But to a lot of people, they would look at me and they would go, you're coping. You're 100% coping, right? But it's because like on a lot of these guys, like their lifestyles, they try to live it like as flashy as possible. There was a guy that I fucking argued with, a huge phony fraud guy. This guy fucking rents a Ferrari to drive to podcasts in Miami. His name was MLD. I saw some of the friction between you guys. Yeah, holy shit, not friction. That guy is completely obliterated. Okay, he got lit on fire and fucking tossed into the wind like the fucking loser he is. But this guy, he like rents for.
This guy is still talking about me. That's hilarious. What's even funnier is this Tom Billieu guy has seen me.
Ferraris to like drive to podcasts. I was like, for who? Right? Like I still drive a $40,000 car. Yes. Yeah. Or it might have even been a Lamborghini actually. It might have been a Lambo that he rented. And it's like, but like, how do you sell that idea of like, listen, like being confident in yourself? Like even when I'm saying it, it sounds fucking lame, right? It only doesn't to me because I've lived my life and I know that is my most important asset. But I don't know how to sell that to people. I'm not sure. Like, because it doesn't look cool. It doesn't look like, oh, like I woke up today and there's like another 3 YouTubers just made hit pieces on me, but I don't care about it that much. Like I know, and people in my industry know, like that's a really good ability to have. But for like most people, it's like, I think I'd rather just have the Bugatti and I'll have like the lack of self-esteem. Like I think that's what most people would say. So it's interesting. So I've thought a lot about this problem. And
so that's his big gotcha moment on me that I enjoy renting a supercar. Like, where do you see me like flexing like, yo, dog, check out my Ferrari. Check out my Lambo. I didn't even post a picture of the Lambo. Oh God, this guy. Oh God, that's I don't know, guys. Somebody like that saying they're more confident than me is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Kevin Lopez, $4.99 super chat. Yo, John, I'm dealing with a parasocial image in the moment. I'm currently working on Money Muscle Game Frame. Could I be caught in this due to slacking off at character? I don't know. I need more information than that, bro. Come on. That's hard to say. Yeah, Ralph, exactly. Like, why does he care what MLD spends his money? I mean, yeah, like I could sit here and say the same thing. Why does he sit around and spend fucking money on drugs and shit? And like broadcast it to his audience. Like I tell everybody, don't do drugs. Like, I smoke weed and stuff, but I'm never on here like, yeah, go out here and do drugs, guys. And like, I never smoke weed in Japan either, because that's fucking straight to prison, then deportation center. No thanks. I'll fucking just hang out with my friends instead. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Jim Jones, right? He said Destiny was the one to let everyone know you're in a Rari. I was in a Lambo. You're in a Lambo. And then what's wrong with renting a Rari if you're visiting city and you don't live in? Like, what do you have? What do you have to rent a Corolla? I mean, yeah, why? Like, I'm a big fan too of what's his name? Dan, not Dan Locke, the guy he's always screaming, and he said Bitcoin was going to zero, but he has a lot of good things he talks about too. He lives in a castle. Dan Pena, right? And Dan Pena, he talks about you know, how he says like if you want to do something in life, you want something, it's like you have to visualize it. You have to be there. You have to, and like, you have to be present and experience it. So he says, if you want a really nice car, go sit down in the really nice car. If you want to have like a super baller, fucking whatever, watch, whatever, right? Like my watch here, before I bought this watch, I went to the watch store a year before and tried it on. I'll show you. So this is my dream watch. It's actually discontinued, and I'm not trying to flex, but again, this is all going back to inner game stuff. This is all connected, right? So this is my dream watch, and you see here, this is and this is not like me trying to flex and like act like I'm cool or whatever. I'm just showing like this is my dream watch. This is a 18 karat gold Rolex Daytona Cosmograph with a green dial. Okay, this watch will outlive me. This watch was $120,000 US when I bought it. It's a dream watch of mine. I grew up poor, right? So I'm like, I kind of went through this phase where I just wanted to buy a bunch of expensive stuff because when you're poor, like you kind of idolize the expensive stuff, right? And but before I went and bought this, I went and tried it on a bunch of times, right? And so I do want to have a supercar. And I've been testing them out. I mean, if I wanted to, I could buy a Lamborghini fucking cash if I wanted to right now. I could buy a fucking Ferrari cash if I want to. I could buy a fucking bunch of Porsches if I wanted to. But right now, I'm more in a building stage of my life. And to acquire those things really just wouldn't make sense. So what I wanted to do was make business sense. Because when you... Okay, let me show you guys something. Okay. So this is a little bit of high level thing that's connected to taxes and stuff, right? Okay. So when you make above a certain threshold of money, okay, you can either save the money and give a percentage to the government, or you can do stuff for the business, but that also brings you personal pleasure and write it off as a business expense. Okay. So let's just say you make, I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to be simple numbers for you guys. Okay. This tax rate won't be accurate, but let's just say you make $100,000, right? Okay. And approximately, just for simplicity's sake, just to say your tax rate is 33%. Okay. But that's 33% of your net profit. Okay. So you have to minus expenses from this. Okay. And my philosophy is pretty simple. I would rather have nice things and enjoy quality life experiences rather than saving up a bunch of money just for the sake of having money. Okay. When I was with a Ferrari and last year, I drove my friend Mao around, me and her. She's my friend from Japan. We cruised around. Me and Paul from Apex Mindset drove around. Great memories. I love Paul. And then me and Sam P, we also drove around as well in the Ferrari. It was awesome. Okay. And then we double booked it in the sense that we were also going to use it for photo shoot. And we put in the background, put on suits. It looked really cool, right? So you can do one of two things. You can save the money or you can expense some of it. So I was on a business trip and the car was rental. So that is a business expense. And guess what? The business expense, it is a tax write-off. Okay. Fun time with friends. And guess what? Cool IG photos. And that also attracts cute women. Or I could save that $3,500 I rented the fucking Ferrari. I could save that $3,500 and give up the tax write-off, give up fun time with my friends, give up on the cool IG photos, and give up on attracting cute women residually. You see how stupid it looks now when you just sit down and break it down? So pretty dumb, right? Or I could save $3,500. Oh, now I've got $3,500. Yay! Oh, I'm crying because I'm so happy. Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. That's really funny. Have you taken the straight line training from Jordan Belfort? I have not. I recommended it, but a lot of people have told me that I remind them of Jordan Belfort because, I mean, Jordan Belfort. I know he's involved in like a lot of scams and shit, but he's an excellent salesman. You can't take that away from the guy. He is an excellent salesman. All right. So, anyways, let's go back to what we talked about. So we talked about the first component, right, of how having broken inner game affects the money. Okay. Now let's talk about muscles. Okay. And I think a lot of people misconstrue what I say about muscles. Okay. And when it comes to muscles, when I say money muscles game frame, it means be above average in muscularity plus do not be fat. Okay. Guys, I have never been super shredded, Mr. Six Pack, amazing guy. All right. I've never needed to. Okay. Does this help you in getting girls? Yes, it does. But at the same time, okay, if you really don't have the other components, namely game, this is gonna be short-lived. You're gonna get girls, but they're gonna be interested in you once, twice. I mean, the novelty. It's like sleeping with a girl that's hot, but she has like no personality. She's boring. It's only gonna last for a little bit. Okay. But anyways, going back to this, the point here now, when you have muscles dialed in, which is these 2 points here, right? Point 1, above average muscularity, right? And a point 2, do not be fat. Okay. Look at my ADD. It's making me crazy. Not ADD, sorry, OCD. Right. Here's the thing that happens. Okay. We'll talk about weight loss. Okay. So again, it goes back to the subconscious mind. Oops. Again, so the subconscious mind, what's the biggest problem, chat? Okay. What is the biggest problem, guys, that you are experiencing if you have broken inner game? Let me know. 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead, chat. Write it out. Nobody's got it? Okay. So again, okay. Bingo. There you go. Ralph, good work. Right at the buzzer. Not feeling good enough. Okay. So not feeling good enough. Okay. So guess what happens? This has happened in people's lives, and I've seen this, and it's very sad to witness this, but it's true. Okay. So this is what happens now. All right. When you don't feel good enough here, okay, what ends up happening is now I'll see guys that they will lose the weight. Okay. They'll lose 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 100 pounds, right? But guess what? They don't feel good enough. Ooh, why did that happen? That's weird. Okay. Lose weight, 50 pounds. They'll lose 100, 60, 50 pounds, right? But they will not feel good enough right here. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel worthy of the weight loss. And guess what happens? They, remember, they go up, 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 up. They level up, they level up, they level up. But when they don't feel good enough, if they feel only good enough here, they will self-sabotage. And they will crash back down to being fat again. Okay. Why is that happening? Because of their subconscious mind. Pulls them to, sorry guys, I'm fucking sloppy, to where they think they belong. Okay. And here's another thing too. Okay, remember, now we're talking about the negative symptoms, right? But on the flip side of it all is this, okay? Fucking air conditionings drive me out, man. These Japanese air conditionings are annoying. They dry out your throat. It's like that dry, cool air. You guys know what I'm talking about? God, America's so amazing with central air conditioning. Okay. The subconscious mind pulls them to where they think they belong. Okay. That's the same thing when you see a guy who like is just constantly winning and winning and winning, and you feel like this guy's not that special. He's not that good looking. He's not that this. He's not that. Like you're like racking your brains. Like, what the fuck? Why is this guy just like can't lose? Okay. He feels he's on the other side of this coin right here, right? Okay. He feels good enough. Okay. And that's our goal right there in inner game healing. We get you to feel good enough and get you to stay feeling there. Okay. And the thing is this too. What's funny is how many of you guys have seen the guy? He has all the workout powders at home. He has all the exercise bikes. He has all of the materials, gym weights, fucking the TRX bands, all that stuff, right? But he just can't seem to lose the weight. Why? His inner game, it's off. He don't feel good. He don't feel good at all. Okay? He doesn't feel good enough. So that's the thing. You're just a slave to your subconscious mind. Okay. There's something called, okay, so I'm going to try and give you guys another illustration. Okay. So the word here we're looking for, your subconscious mind is always trying to achieve congruency. Okay. Congruency. All right. So what congruent means, I'll pull up the definition for you guys. Congruent means in agreement or harmony. Okay. It means that it matches up. Okay. So this is your subconscious mind is here. And then here is your reality. Okay. So let's say your subconscious mind says, because, okay, your subconscious mind can only be healthy or unhealthy. That's it. Okay. And a healthy subconscious mind is being raised in a nurturing family with a mother and father where they both love you, protect you, and you feel guided and safe as a child growing up. And there's like a lot of positive reinforcement, not a lot of negativity, not a lot of beatings, not a lot of abuse, stuff like that. Ideally, none, right? And that's going to help facilitate a healthy mind. That's why when you see all these people, like, it's kind of, we make a joke nowadays, but like with, modern chicks, we kind of say like, oh, that girl's a hoe. Why she's a hoe? Oh, she's got daddy issues. It's like a cultural slang that everybody knows. We talk about daddy issues. And that comes to an unhealthy mind. So let's say we use green for money. The subconscious mind says, we grew up in poverty. This happened to me, right? My mom just always used to say, we have no money, we have no money, we have no money, we have no money. I didn't know money was an abundant resource until I was 28 in my life. I really thought like money was just hard to get no matter what. And money was just a scarce resource and we'd be lucky to get a little bit of it, right? So poverty is unhealthy, right? Pardon my writing, guys. I hope you understand it. And your reality becomes you're poor. Why? Because this is what you believe to be true. Your subconscious mind is your belief system, and it then creates your reality. Okay? That's why when you guys get a mentor or you meet someone and you see something that you didn't believe could happen, something like, say, like, here, I'll show you how to make $100,000 in 5 days. Right? You're like, that's not possible. Then you see it, you're like, holy shit, that is possible. And depending on the state of your mind, right? If your mind is healthy, you can be like, wow, I could do that too. Or if your mind is unhealthy, you're going to be like, that guy's a scammer. He's probably scamming. There's probably some kind of con involved here. And your mind will start rationalizing it, assuming the guy is doing legit business, right? Your mind will start rationalizing it and saying like, oh, well, this right here is actually a really bad guy, and this is a bad bullshit example, and this is not going to work out. Like, this is just, guy's a scammer. That's why when you're a cynic and when you meet people who are always negative, they're a cynic, they're just drowning in cynicism, right? You know what that means? Their subconscious mind is unhealthy. Okay? Your subconscious mind is unhealthy. And big shout out to Kelly, who just signed up for Inner Game Healing. Okay. Good work. Welcome on in. Don't forget to join the Telegram chat. Welcome on in, brother. Okay. So that's a big problem there. Okay. of your subconscious mind. Okay, this is why when you see, now bear with me when I say this, okay? But when somebody is raised in a family and everybody's fat, typically you get fat children too, right? And that is typically stemming from an unhealthy mind. So let's talk about being fat. Okay. You're fat / unhealthy. Okay. Fat people are not happy about being fat. They're not. No fat person looks in the mirror and is like, yeah, I'm so happy I'm fat fuck. They're just not. Okay. Everybody inherently knows it's not okay. Like, I'm not telling you should hate yourself if you're a fat person, but I'm also saying, like, we all both know, like, all of us know that you're coping hard if you think that being fat is an ideal situation for you. Okay. So, if your subconscious mind is fat, unhealthy, you are going to be fat. There you go. Hey, what's up, bro? Welcome on. That's homeboy who just signed up. Make sure you get in the Telegram chat. Okay. Okay. So the congruency is whatever your subconscious mind thinks, right? It's going to push you towards your reality. That's why, too, you'll see people like Tom Brady. Right? Tom Brady is a great example of somebody with a fucking amazing subconscious mind and an amazing work ethic, too. Okay. Tom Brady is more familiar with winning than he is losing. If you guys don't know, Tom Brady is literally the greatest American quarterback of all time. Okay. He has won, God, how many Super Bowls has he won? I think he's won like 7 Super Bowls, 6 Super Bowls, right? Tom Brady is a guy who's has a healthy subconscious mind, and he plays in sports. And sports, only one thing matters in sports, right? It is what? What's the number one thing that matters in sports? When you're competing in sports, only one thing matters. Bingo, Jim Jones, right there. Winning. Okay. So he is winning nonstop. Okay. Despite all odds, despite fucking being in his 40s, winning Super Bowls, joining a shitty team like Tampa Bay Buccaneers and turning that fucking thing around and bringing them a championship. Since I think last time they had a championship was like 2004 with Brad Johnson. Okay. Brady has 10 Super Bowl appearances and he's 7-3, right? The only person he lost to was fucking a guy with Down syndrome twice, Eli Manning. Every time I see Eli Manning running around with his tongue out, like, I feel like he looks like he has Down syndrome. No offense to anybody who has Down syndrome. Is that even offensive? Like, oh, you look like a Super Bowl winning champion because you have Down syndrome. I don't think that's offensive. Right? So now let's talk about game. We kind of touched on that real quick. Okay. Let's talk about game. And the game is pretty simple. Okay. Game is just a simple fact of that. Game basically is this: the psychology of women, understanding the psychology of women, and then acting in a way that is favorable to you increasing the chance of a positive sexual outcome. That's all it is. That's game. It's understanding the psychology of women, right? And then acting in a way that is favorable to you, increasing the chance of a positive sexual outcome. That's all it is. Okay. So now here's the thing. A lot of men, right? The key component there, and this is what's happening right now in today's flex culture. Men think they are not good enough as they are, so they lead with resources, aka simping. Lead with their wallet, right? They think, oh, if I just get this Gucci hoodie, then she'll like me, right? If I put on this Prada shirt, she's gonna like me now. All those things. Because why? Keyword. What's the keyword today? Keywords. Think they are not good enough. It's a little dark. You know, it's sad. It's sad, really. You know, but that's truth right there. I think, oh, this apartment I have, I gotta get a bigger house. I gotta get a better car. I gotta have more followers on Instagram. I need more clout. I need more this. I need more that. And my philosophy is this too: when you get deep enough in the game and you know what the real is, you'll know that if a woman doesn't like you because you don't have enough resources and like you're like a decently attractive guy and you have your shit together, then that's probably not a good world for you anyways. Okay. Let's read what Not Mormon Anymore says. He says, after living with an old roommate for years that was negative 90% of the time, I noticed my tendency for positive thinking slowly turned negative. Yep. Environment impacts inner game massively. Absolutely. Your environment is the number one thing you can change if you want to make a change. That's a big reason why I came to Japan, right? I wanted to get away from all my old friends that just wanted to party and do drugs. And, you know, that's just what they wanted to do. Play video games, get no girls, struggle. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do what I'm doing now. And I pulled it off. But I had to change my environment. I had to get away from that. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So then, right there, that's another component. Okay. So let's go to the last one. And this is a super important one. I'm glad I added this. You guys want to see something funny too? Look at this, bro. I think somebody in fucking. Look at this. I found this the other day. This is why I added a frame to the whole Money Muscles game frame. Let me show you something funny. Look at this. some motherfucker in Japan is selling this shit. This is a Japanese-based money muscles game resolution frame motivation tee. That is absolutely hilarious. They're selling fucking hoodies. Can you believe that shit? It's all good. It's funny. Where's that dude that was like freaking out in the chat? The dude, what's his name? Sir Killa Hayes. Is he even paying attention? What's going on here? Guys, by the way, guys, go ahead and smash the like button, please. Thank you very much. It's probably Irish Day Gamer selling teas to pay for lawyer fees. If you only knew how broke he was. Oh, it's so funny to laugh at his poverty. Broke boy, broke boy, broke boy. So, okay, let's go back to the thing here. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about frame. Okay. Okay. Motherfucker. Okay. So frame, right? Frame is your boundaries, your belief, and your self-esteem. Okay. And all this is going to be Money Muscles Game Frame. I'm writing a book. It's going to be out before the end of the year. I'm going to really take my time and like try to make this as meticulous of a book as possible. And you know, I will be putting that out. And everybody's on the wait list is going to get it for free. But then after that, I'm going to sell it. So the first 1,000 copies will be free. Or I might put out like a light version and then full. I don't know. I have to talk to my mentors and see how to do this properly. Okay. But your boundaries, your belief, your self-esteem. Okay. Again, this equals your values. Okay. Now, boundaries are really important. Okay. And a lot of guys don't have boundaries anymore these days. A lot of guys have no backbone. You know, they don't fucking they don't really think that they are good enough to live life the way that they want to live life. They feel guilty. That's why a lot of guys will stay and do things like, you know, sacrifice for the family, but they think it's sacrificing, but really they're just being taken advantage of, right? They'll do things like let their family ruin their fucking credit, right? Let their family borrow money, and never pay it back. They'll let their fucking whole they'll let their girlfriend lie to them, cheat on them, whatever, and keep taking her back because they don't have healthy self-esteem to be like, hey, I don't like the fact that you treat me like shit. And the way you have to uphold boundaries is pretty simple. Okay. Your boundaries are your values. So you need to state your boundaries, right? So for me, right, for example, I'm talking about something funny that happened the other day. So the other day I was out with a friend of mine. We went out to, our friend owns a nightclub here in Tokyo. So we went out to his nightclub, right? And I met a girl when I was out. You know, I'm recently single. I'm not really looking right now. I'm just kind of whatever. Like, just if it happens, it happens. But I'm really not like, oh, I need to go get some girls. Met a girl, and she's cute. We followed each other on Instagram, and we were DMing the day after. And she was like, "Oh, hey, we should go out and drink sometime. Have a drink." I was like, "Yeah, sure, sounds good." So I wrote her back a couple times on Instagram, and she didn't reply to me for like 10 hours or didn't open my message or anything. But she kept checking my stories, right? My story read receipts. So she's pretending she's not getting my message, but then she's checking my stories, right? So for me, that just is something I'm not okay with my boundaries, because it's like a form of deception. It's a form of like dishonesty. Okay. Like if you're telling me you're interested in me, you want to go out and drink, whatever. But you're like selectively opening my messages when you want to do it, and then you know, kind of feigning ignorance to an extent. So automatically in my mind, like I have already disqualified this girl for like anything that could potentially be serious, completely disqualified. Okay. So for me, that is a boundary. So I don't need to state this boundary because we're not involved in anything right now. But I have enough self-esteem and love for myself to know that this behavior is unacceptable for me, and I'm going to go find a woman that is going to be congruent, you know, because it's like a lack of integrity there. You know, it's like, why are you ignoring me for like several hours on end, but then like immediately checking my stories when I upload them? Like, I don't want to play any kind of games like that. It's just not something I'm interested in dealing with whatsoever. Okay. So that's my boundary. But when you're a guy with broken inner game, low self-esteem, you'll tolerate this kind of shit. Okay. So you need to, and when it gets to a situation like if you're in a relationship with a girl, another one for me that is my boundaries is just I do not know liars. Okay. I will not deal with somebody who is an untrustworthy dirtbag. Okay. You need people around you that you can trust. You need loyalty. You need good, honest people around you if you want to be successful in life. And so I'll let them know up front whenever I'm ready to date, because I'm not ready to date right now. I've been in a relationship for 6 years in a row. I monkey branched myself, full transparency. I'm not ready to date. But when I do, I'm going to make it very, very, very clear up front that I don't do with liars, and I don't deal with girls who, if we have relationship troubles, they want to go tell the whole fucking world about our relationship problems. Like, that shit's between me and you. That's a sacred thing, because I don't just date a girl casually. Like, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking to start a family. And so I don't have time for that kind of that level of immaturity in my life. You know what I mean? So no liars and no big mouths. And what you do is you let them know these are my boundaries. So for me, no liars and no big mouths. Right? Because when you run off and telling everybody about your relationship trouble, you all just look like idiots. Okay. I'm let them know this is the deal. I don't fuck with liars. I don't fuck with big mouths. I'll tell you once as a warning. Tell you twice. Final warning. Third time, you're out. Go out there. You go find yourself another multi-million-dollar self-made entrepreneur. Okay. As for me, I'm not dealing with that. And you don't need to be big baller like I am either. Okay. You could just be just like a regular person too. You need to just understand what your boundaries are and then enforce them. Because here's another thing. Okay. Now we'll go a little bit deeper. So your subconscious mind is always listening. Okay. And what's your subconscious mind always looking to do? Your subconscious mind is always looking for congruency. All right. So if you don't stick up for yourself, your subconscious mind will assume you don't love or care about yourself. Make sense? Your subconscious mind is always listening and watching. Okay, so your actions do have a part to do with it as well, right? So if you're tolerating bad behavior from a girl, then what's going to end up happening is your subconscious mind is going to be like, all right, well, we tolerate bad behavior from women because we're not good enough. Like, so let's just act like we're not good enough. And what ends up happening is it's ironic because you don't want to state your boundaries and uphold your end of the bargain for yourself, your self-love, your self-respect in order to keep the relationship. You're like, well, I don't want to do that because it's going to make her mad or whatever. And you're trying to save the relationship. But you're just going to lose yourself in the process. And when you lose yourself, you're going to lose her anyways. So you might as well just rip the Band-Aid off and understand that if she's not acting right, then she's got to go and you got to go find another girl. It's that simple. Or you're going to suffer. Okay. So that's that. That right there is how inner game is everything. It is literally connected to all facets of your life. Money, muscles, game, frame. Okay. So that's what we're doing in the Inner Game Healing Summit as well. Okay. And your time is running out. I'm just going to show you right now. If you're struggling with any of these things that we just talked about, and you want clarity, and you want to make sure that you can do what is necessary to get the life that you want, you have to get your mind on your side first. Okay. If your mind is not on your side, you're not going to win. There's just it's not going to happen, guys. Okay. So that's why we have the Inner Game Healing Summit here. You got about 3 hours, 27 minutes to sign up. The link's in the chat, links in the description box below. And sign up, get on in, because we're getting ready to have the live presentations this upcoming Monday. So again, they start at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll show you real quick. This is what you get when you sign up. You get 15 virtual workshops on Zoom that focus on inner game topics over 2023. Access to experts in inner games to help get you where you need to be. A video guide on how to practice good mental health habits, and the Telegram chat with over 250 members supporting you with your inner game issues. Go to innergamehealing.com, which I just previously showed you. And then this is the schedule. These are 5 of the 15 that you get to attend. These are typically going to be about 2 to 4 hours long each. They're all recorded as well. We'll give the presentation and we'll have Q&A. Okay. So day 1 is Justin Mark. Letting go to move forward. Okay. Day 2 is me, MLD. Open panel on Q&A, talking about all your inner game questions. I'm going to get them answered. Day 3, Wednesday, Inner Masculine, how to get unstuck in life. Day 4, Thursday, Apex Mindset, military secrets on controlling your emotions. And day 5, Friday, Wraith is going to be talking about solution-based struggling. They start at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and it's going to be great stuff. If you enrolled in the first quarter, you get to attend that 100% for free. And if you enroll now, you get to attend for quarter 3 and 4, totally for free as well. As for me, I may come back and do a Fresher Fit companion broadcast, but then I'm going to disappear for a while because I've been going hard. And I'll be back when I'm back. but this may be my last stream for a while. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.